Hola amigos. So this week I'm going to be going over the irregular present tense verbs with you. I'm going to be looking and focusing on the high frequency verbs. I'm going to go through this kind of quickly because we know a lot of these verbs, and I'm going to provide a hard copy for you so you can go back and work independently to look at the verbs that you need to. I'm going to be specifically looking at stem changing verbs where the E changes to an IE, the O changes to a UE, or the E changes to an I. Next slide. Querer, to want. The E changes to an IE in all forms except for the nosotros and the vosotros form. Okay, so for example, take a look at this diagram. This is a shoe verb. This is a boot verb. And this is kind of a study strategy that you can use to study these irregular verbs. I will say, that's a shoe verb, and then you know that the nosotros and the vosotros forms are regular, meaning that there's no stem changing things that happen in it. So look at this verb, querer. The E changes to an IE. Yo quiero in all forms except for the nosotros and the vosotros. Quiero, quieres, quiere, queremos, queréis, quieren. Next verb, recordar. This is a stem changing verb. The O changes to a UE. Remember, it's for pronunciation purposes. It's a shoe verb. It's regular in the nosotros and vosotros. Yo recuerdo. I remember. Yo recuerdo. Bien. Next verb. Pedir. To ask for. The E changes to an I in all forms except for the nosotros and vosotros. Yo pido. Okay? I ask for a pop. Yo pido un refresco. Nice. Okay, let's continue on. Conocer. This is kind of an irregular verb for pronunciation just in the yo form. It's unique. So the Z, I have to add a Z. Yo conozco. I can't just say yo conozco. I got to go yo conozco. I have to add that Z in there. And some of these irregular verbs I just have to memorize, and with repetition and practice, I will learn them. So I know yo conozco a Senior Radcliffe. Okay, next verb is tenera. We learned this in Spanish 1. I have, or I am, 15 years old. Yo tengo 15 años. So let's look at why it's irregular. Okay, in the yo form, I have to add a G. Yo tengo. And it's for pronunciation purposes. Yo tengo 49 años. Okay? And then look here in the to form, the E changes to an IE in all forms except for the nosotros and vosotros. It's a shoe verb. Next verb, vengo. Vengo is similar to tener, to come. I come to school on a bus. Yo vengo a la escuela en camión. Okay, so it's irregular in the yo form with vengo. I have to add that G in there for pronunciation purposes. And then the E changes to an IE in all forms except for the nosotros and vosotros. Vienes, viene, venimos, venís, vienen. Decir, it's irregular in the yo form. Yo digo. And then I have the E changes to an I in all forms except for the nosotros and vosotros. Digo, dices, dice, decimos, decís, dicen. This is a common verb, estar. How are you? ¿Cómo estás? Yo estoy bien. It's irregular in the yo form. And then it's also irregular in all these other forms too because of the accent marks. Okay, and so the accent marks means that there's some emphasis put on those letters. Estás, está, estamos, estáis, están. Another common verb is ser, to be, origin. Soy, eres, es, somos, sois, son. No accent marks. All right, Class A. Ir is another common one that we've seen a lot of. To talk about what you're going to do or where you're going to go. Voy, vas, va, vamos, vais, van. I'm going to Portland. Yo voy a Portland. Okay, that's an irregular verb. Now, here are some activities for you to do. I am not going to show you the answers right now, but I want you, in an activity, you guys are going to be conjugating these verbs, and I'm not going to go over them in this video, but I will be posting these later. They are going to be on the hard copy for you guys to practice. So study your irregular verbs, review this video, and be aware that there are irregular verbs in Spanish. All right, amigos. See you this week. Adios.